The HOA thought they could scare me with paperwork and empty threats, but what they didn't know was that I wasn't just a homeowner. I was the chief of police in our county. And when they crossed the line, they were about to learn that law doesn't bend to petty power trips. Before we dive in, comment which country you're watching from. Let's see how far this story travels. It all began when Nancy, our HOA president, started her authority show. She paraded around the neighborhood with a clipboard, waving bogus ordinance letters like she ran a government agency. She claimed she had the power to fine me for parking violations on my own driveway, even though my truck was registered, inspected, and legally parked under State Vehicle Code 22507.2, which clearly states HOAs cannot override municipal parking laws. When I refused to pay, Nancy escalated. She knocked on my door with two men in polo shirts, calling themselves HOA compliance officers. They flashed fake badges that looked like they were printed at Office Depot and warned me, "Sir, if you don't cooperate, we'll have to arrest you for non-compliance with HOA code." That was my first red flag. Arrest? HOAs don't have arrest powers, only sworn law enforcement officers do under State Penal Code 830.1. I let them finish their speech while my body camera quietly recorded every word. I played along, acting confused, asking them to repeat their claims. Every lie they added only stacked more evidence against them. But inside, I was already planning my move. Because if Nancy wanted to weaponize fake authority, I was ready to pull out the real kind. And then things escalated fast. The very next day, a marked security vehicle rolled into my driveway with flashing amber lights. Out stepped the same two fake officers, this time holding zip ties like they were about to haul me off. They didn't know yet who they were dealing with. The two so-called officers strutted up my driveway like they owned the place, holding plastic zip ties as if they had the legal authority to cuff me. One barked, "Sir, under HOA code enforcement, you're under arrest. Step aside or we'll have to use force." I almost laughed. HOA code enforcement? There's no such thing. Under Title 18 U.S. Code 912, impersonating an officer is a federal crime. They weren't just bluffing. They were committing a felony right there on my property. I raised my hands casually, pretending to comply. All right, I said, stepping down my porch stairs. But as soon as they reached for me, my training kicked in. I snatched the first guy's wrist, twisted, and dropped him to the ground before he even realized what happened. His knee bent the wrong way with a sickening pop. He screamed, clutching it as he tried to crawl back toward their fake patrol car. The second lunged forward, zip ties ready. I shifted my weight, hooked his ankle, and sent him sprawling face first onto the pavement. His knee slammed, dislocating